Hey all you F1 2011 fans, this is Jack Acid bringing you Round 6 in Monaco. And if you ever needed proof that either A, God doesn't exist, or B, that he hates you, look no further than Monaco. Easily my least favorite track to race on, and one that I struggle with the most, as evidenced here in this incident in Free Practice 2. Yep, take off the old right front wheel. Much to the alarm of the Sauber trailing behind me there. Many a car have been torn asunder under Monaco's ruthless and cruel authority. But perhaps this year would be different. We shall see. You can see my team expectation is to finish 10th. But first we have to take a look at the starting grid. On pole position, Mark Webber, not Sebastian Vettel, and lo and behold, surprise, surprise, I qualified P10. And my teammate Adrian Sutil qualified 17th. And Maldonado, even for the 2011 Williams car, P18, that's a little disappointing. So let's take a quick look at the setup here. And if you've been following my videos for any length of time, you know that I typically get most of my setups from Race Department's forums, so be sure to check that out, racedepartment.com, click on forums, and navigate to the 2011 forums. Race Department also has a lot of other features and content. I routinely post my real-life Formula 1 Grand Prix preview and review articles there, and you can find a lot of other writers who are posting things about different types of races throughout the world. So a lot of things to take a look at while you're over there. And you may have noticed just now that my option tires are 87% and I am due to pit in lap 6. So we'll see how that plays out strategy-wise. Given that this is my first race using cockpit view here, pretty concerned about this first corner. Even being back just 10 positions, plenty of opportunities for things to go terribly, terribly wrong early. So we'll see if I'm able to avoid that. I've finished my last two races in 13th and 11th, so I'm very desperate to get into the points. Pretty good start there, able to get around Rosberg, and it looks like Felipe Massa and slip up into P5. So very happy to get through there in one piece, but we got a long race to go here, because this race is a grind as I glide through Casino with Alonso. Almost make contact there, but able to avoid that as he shoots ahead, and now I'm being pursued by Heidfeld in the Renault. Down into the hairpin, which I finally feel comfortable with after many, many years of racing. Going to take a look at Alonso on the inside here. No, oh, Alonso makes contact with the wall, able to slip in front of him, and no contact there. Clean overtake up to P4. Now chasing the German, Vettel through the tunnel here, see if I can catch up with him down into the chicane that I absolutely hate with a passion. And no, not able to get in front of Vettel, and Alonso right up behind me. Let's see if I can maintain pace with Vettel down into the start-finish straight. Very quick corners through here, of course, which I'm usually okay with, but sometimes I'll take out that cone, for example. And this corner in particular is another one that's taken me a long time to master for whatever reason. So you're never really out of the woods on Monaco. Until you get to here, it's like, okay, you've survived the lap. Everything before now is basically a crapshoot. So there we have lap 1, and very, very happy with the P4 start. And surprisingly, skipping all the way ahead here to lap 5, I'm still maintaining that lead, but Alonso in hot pursuit. And you can't actually see it here, but there's contact right there. I think I actually took off Alonso's front wing, or he took off his own wing, I should say. I basically was holding my line there, and Heidfeld is able to get ahead of him. Let's see if I can fend him off. He thought about the inside on the hairpin, but ended up deciding against it. And we'll see if I can pull away here at all through the tunnel. And yes, able to get a slight gap and maintain position. Basically, at this point, I can't believe how well things are going, which of course leads to lap 7. So here we are at the end of lap 6, coming into pit. And I turn my fuel mix down to lean just to conserve every little last drop of fuel. Looks like pit lane will be very busy here. So let's see how the team performs under pressure here. If we can get under 4.5, that's typically pretty good for this game. 4.2, so not a bad stop. The only problem now, of course, is that I have to go out on these completely cold tires, which is even more challenging in Monaco. A lot of understeer. So I will be sure to take advantage of this pit lane exit here, the only time you can really use that in the game, to make sure that I don't go wide and take off my front wing. So after my stop, I'm able to rejoin in P11. Let's see what happens as soon as the leaders come in. And I can't believe that I've had no contact with... Oh, God. Well, up until that point, I had had no contact with the Monaco walls. So now my confidence is suddenly taken a little bit of a hit. But I'm consoled by the fact that it was only minor wing damage, so it's not something worth making another pit stop for. That, however, was more contact with my front wing. Another incident with Alonso. He and I have had problems the entire race. But my engineer telling me that I still do not have to come in. My wing is still at least enough intact where maybe a high fuel mix could offset the loss of downforce that I've taken as a result of that damage. But it's almost as if Monaco is like a boxing fight, and you're trying to go the distance of the entire match. And so I've taken a few shots here to the head. And I'm looking at lap 8 out of 16, and I'm going, geez, I just don't know if I'm going to get through this. Right now running P8, and hoping I can keep it together. Definitely concerned with this much time to go that I could very easily fall out of the points. So skipping ahead here to lap 9, Rosberg and I, you can't see it there, we actually went wheel to wheel. That's why I had to cut on the inside a little bit there, take out the pylon. I believe that is in the highlight reel at the end of the race. And let's see if I'm able to stay ahead of him here. Whee! A little bit of curb hop there, and definitely feeling the pressure coming down the main straight. And let's see just how far Rosberg wants to take this thing. Hot pursuit up into Casino. Let's see what the German has in store. Let's see if I can maintain my line here through this is very, very tricky corners, and actually that's probably one of the best times you'll see me handle that entire little section there. But then brake late. Oh, that hurt. No damage done to my wing, but it doesn't make a difference. Rosberg able to pick up the spoils and get ahead of me, and chasing him now around the hairpin. The tunnel's going to be my only opportunity, or that very well could be the end of P8 for this race. I have not raced well under pressure so far in this season. It's something I'd like to improve on as the season goes on, but let's see what we can do here. Very, very bold move on the inside and able to brake to get around the chicane. Very clean overtake. I even get the acknowledgement from the engineer, so at this point I'm feeling all proud of myself. Let's see if I'm able to stay ahead now. Again, coming up to the end of lap 10, that leaves 6 laps to go, which is pretty much like an eternity in Monaco. At least it is for me. Oh, Rosberg gets a look on the inside, but he does not take advantage of it. And able to be back into P8 by the time we get back around the circuit. So very, very entertaining little duel there for me and Rosberg. But of course the inevitable happens, and a decision must be made. Yeah, there she blows. Finally get enough wing damage that my engineer suggests that I come in, but you'll notice that I'm still running P8, and I'm at the end of lap 11. A second pit stop and a 20% race is basically the kiss of death, and given how difficult it is to pass in Monaco, I am going to opt to take my chances with nursing the car around, but there's a lot of understeer, and you can see that right here. Almost let Rosberg in front of me, but I'm able to stay ahead of him, and it's going to be a very, very difficult challenge. Serious white knuckle intensity to get this car home, maintaining this position. Let's see what happens. And coming down to this corner here is very, very easy to go just a little bit wide, especially with a damaged wing, but I take it extra careful. Again, I'm not too worried about slowing up traffic behind me as long as I can stay ahead. Rosberg, oh, more contact with a wall, but do not puncture a tire, just a little bit of clang. And Rosberg not able to get ahead of me. And wait a second, where is Rosberg? Holy cow. Something must have happened back at the hairpin. I did make contact with the wall, but to my knowledge made no contact with Rosberg, but obviously there was some sort of incident there, possibly a spin, and the entire field has been held up, which could really go a long way to ensuring that I stay on the points as long as I can keep it online. We will certainly have to take a look at the replay and figure out what happened there, but no warning from the stewards. I didn't feel as though I made any sort of contact. Like I said, I did sort of skip off the wall there, but possibly Rosberg was trying to avoid me and made some kind of a big mistake, but that's doing me a huge favor, and I'll take it. And in the end, that would be the story of the race, as I'm able to maintain P8 with the broken wing, going very, very slow around these corners. My tires are falling off very badly now. I've got Kobayashi riding me all the way to the finish line, but it will be too little too late. and I'm able to finish P8, which I am very happy about under the circumstances, and even able to collect some points here. I've actually only won Monaco once in my F1 playing career, and that'd be dating back to 2010, and that was largely due to wet weather. Race results: Mark Webber won the race, and there I am in P8. My teammate Adrian Sutil, P13, not bad, started off as 17th. And as you can see, a number of DNFs, as you would expect here in Monte Carlo. So as usual, going to be leaving you here with some race highlights. I want to thank you guys again for watching. If you're interested, please check out the rest of my gameplay videos on this channel, most of which include Forza 4, the Dirt Series Grid, things of that nature, as well as my website, ApexHead.com, which has a lot of gameplay videos, as well as articles and commentary on the true 2012 Formula 1 season. And as for the next episode, it will be our first race in North America for the season, the Canadian Grand Prix in Montreal, which is a circuit that I typically do well at and enjoy, so hopefully I'll be able to start inching closer and closer to my first season victory, but I shall not count my chickens before they hatch. We'll have to wait and see how it goes. So thanks again, everybody, and I'll see you next time.